to will and to do of His good pleasure. Okay, and that's very important to remember. Let's turn back to Ephesians chapter 3. Verse 21. Verse 21 we read, "Unto Him," meaning God, "be glory in the church by Jesus Christ throughout all ages, world without end. Amen." So the phrase here, "be glory in the church," always leads us to ask the question. Okay, every time we see the word church, which church is in view here? The eternal church or the earthly church?
The eternal church.
Yep, correct. So ultimately, since the entire context that we've been reading so far is talking about the true believers, then the context here, this passage is referring to the eternal church. But we also have to keep in mind that historically this letter was written to the church, the earthly church at Ephesus too, that it also applies to the earthly church because God's true people were within the earthly churches. Okay, let's read it once more. "Unto Him be glory in the church by Jesus Christ throughout all ages." So the word ages is Strong's number 1074, and this is the word generations. "Unto Him be glory in the church by Jesus Christ throughout all generations, world without end. Amen." Here the word world and the words without end are actually the same Greek words. Okay, they're Strong's number 165, and I looked this up in J.P. Green's Interlinear, and it seems to always translate the word age, or it seems to always translate this word as the word age. So literally this part of the verse reads, "Throughout all generations, of the ages, Amen." In other words, the first part is in fact singular, and the second part of the word is in fact plural. So this is correctly translated. But so there are some who look at this verse as it's written here in the Bible, and they take verses like this to claim that this physical world will actually continue forever, that it will actually be a world without end, literally. But that's not what this verse is saying at all. This passage is not even speaking of this sin-cursed world. It's speaking of the glory of Jesus Christ, okay, which is throughout all generations, to the age of the ages. In other words, forever. Okay, we want to close here with a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly